Hello everybody and welcome back to Flosstube number 4. My name is Alana. I am Mrs. Smith Stitches here on Flosstube and on Instagram as well. If you want to give me a follow over there, thank you so much for those of you that are returning to the channel. And if you're new, welcome and hope you find something that you like to see here. Today I'm actually filming at night, which I don't normally do, so the light's going to be wonky again. I have me and my lighting. So today is Friday, May the 19th, and I worked days this week. Normally I work evenings. Last time we talked, I told everybody how I worked evenings, and this week I worked days all week. It was crazy. And so I'm actually filming this at like 5 o'clock at night, hoping this will be up first thing tomorrow morning. That's the plan, if all goes well. We are expecting a storm, so it keeps the light kind of going in and out. You can see it like in my glasses. I've tried to turn on all the kitchen lights. It was really sunny and now it's really, really dark. So hopefully it all works out. Anyway, welcome. Thank you so much for coming back and thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate all the comments and the sweet messages and just the support. It's been amazing. It's been super, super fun. Such a great experience to start this channel. And let's just sort of jump right in. I did almost no stitching this week. It's been 2 weeks since my last video. Last week I did great. This week, whether it was because I was on days and I'm just not used to it, like it's not my routine. So normally I work 1 to 9 p.m. and I get some stitching done in the morning, and then I get some other like house stuff done, and then I will work, and then I'll come home, and usually I can stitch at night for about an hour or so. So I can usually get a couple hours in. This week, that is not at all what happened. Last week was fine. This week was no. I don't know. Every night it seemed to be something came up, and so I got very little done, but I do have a little bit to show you. I had a good weekend of stitching, which is great. I have a few questions about what I actually do for work. I've mentioned work a lot and never really explained it. So I am what's called a medical device reprocessing technician, which is a really long way of saying I work in the central sterilization department of a hospital. It's about half an hour away. And we reprocess the instruments. So we get them in and we clean them and put them together, take them apart depending on the instrument, make sure they're in good working order, get them packaged and sterilized, and we set up the carts for the surgeries, for whether that's emergency or whether those are scheduled day surgeries. And so that's what I do. It's very interesting. I've been at the hospital for about 3 years, maybe 3.5 years now. And it's interesting. It's neat. It's very different. I actually ran a home daycare for about 20 years before I went back to school, which they're very different, couldn't be more different actually of jobs. So when my kids were little, I stayed home and ran a home daycare for about 20 years. And then in 2019, I went back to school and I took this specific course. And then COVID happened. So I haven't ever really worked in healthcare outside of the craziness that is COVID. So I don't know what it was like before, but it's a little crazy now. But anyway, that was my week. So my week this week has been a little bit off kilter. Don't have a ton that I managed to accomplish stitching wise this week. But I will jump in. There's no flood update. I've been asked that too. No, we're still where we're at 2 weeks ago. This is video number 4. So 4 already. It is video number 4. And yeah, I'm still in the same spot I was when I filmed video number 1. So that's fun. I'm hoping at some point that will change. I have my list like I normally do. I have all my little, notes that I probably won't pay attention to by the time I get here. And so this is the long weekend, which is lovely for us. And I think in the States too, maybe? I'm not sure. So this is our Victoria Day weekend, and I don't usually work Tuesdays, so I actually have a 4-day weekend, and I'm very, very excited about that. I'm hoping to get lots of stitching done. It's our oldest birthday, so we are on Monday, so we are going to have all the kids here on Monday to celebrate his birthday, which will be great. And going out to dinner with some friends, and hopefully cleaning the house because it's a mess, like always, and getting some good stitching in. That is my plan for the long weekend. So I have only one previous finish. So I know last video I showed a couple of my Paula Vaughn finishes, and I only have one to show you this week, and I was going to look up the name of the chart, and I of course forgot, and now maybe if I look it up I'll put it at the bottom if I remember while I'm editing tonight. So I'm gonna lean because it's big. So I made this. I'm gonna try not to drop it on absolutely everything. I made this for my husband's 30th birthday. It is a Dimensions Gold kit. Here we go. Oh, I don't know if it's gonna fit. There we go. So much glitter, I'm sorry. So there it is. It is beautiful. It took me the better part of a year. And back then I stitched only monogamously, so I literally just stitched on this for about a year. But I did try to hide it from my husband for a really long time until it came to the point that I just couldn't. I had to stitch in front of him because I couldn't. Doing it just like in pockets during the day wasn't enough. Let me see if I can get it closer. Sorry, those are my kitchen. All I can see in this is the kitchen lights. Can I bring it back here? No, that's not really helping. Sorry, the glare is not good. I'll see if I can find a picture of it and will that work better? Most people think it's an actual picture, like it hangs here in our living room, and most people are like, oh my gosh, that's so nice. Where'd you buy that? And I was like, I made that. They were so surprised. It is beautiful. I've only ever done one. I've only ever done one of the Dimensions Golds. I would really like to do another one, but again, you know, so much to stitch, so little time to stitch. But yeah, so that's my one. I do have a couple more. I keep kind of forgetting, so I'll kind of run through the house for my next video and gather a few other ones. The other thing I would like to show you is my Mother's Day present for my oldest and his wife. They are expecting a baby in September, and I'm gonna stand up and show you the shirt that they got me. Look at it. It's my granny shirt. Isn't it so cute? It's so cute. She did get it off Etsy. So if I can message her, I'll see, and maybe I can link it below. I don't know where it's from. I know it came from Texas. That's all I know. Excuse my squeaky chair here. I just thought it was so cute. I thought it was so fun. It was the best present. Grandkids are the best. They're my second grandbaby. I have one little grandson that is 10 months old, and he's adorable. And then we'll have this little baby girl due sometime in September. So that's super fun. I hope all you guys had a great Mother's Day if you celebrate. Ours was sweet. It was nice to have everybody, you know, have everybody over and see the baby and start planning showers and all kinds of fun stuff for the new baby. That's always fun. So that's my previous finish. And let's get into my whips that I did. So I did stitch a good amount last week. This week, again, right off. Last week, good. So I did some work on Strawberry Fields Forever by Blackbird Designs. I am stitching this on, let me check. I think it's 32 count. It is Confederate, it's Weeks Confederate Gray. I know that. I'm pretty sure it's 32 count because I'm using 2 strands. And this is where I got, let's see, can I hold this up nicer? There we go. So here's where I am. I am very, very close to a finish. I'm very, very excited. This I've had going now for a good couple years. It wasn't on my whip go or anything. It was just, I just got a bug. I'm like, I need to finish something. You know, I feel like I just start. And you'll see as I show you all my new starts and like haul and everything. I feel like all I do is start and so little finishing. So I really, really wanted to get something finished. It's super cute. This fabric is like loosey-goosey. Like it is not my favorite. I think it's the old Weeks. I didn't know there was a difference because I bought this probably in 2021 and I was first getting into linen and I didn't know. I'm really hoping just to finish it. Like I have so little, like I really only have this. Here, let me see if I can hold it up. I really only have like this here and then down and then fill in this and like some little strawberries. This whole side is done. So, and it's not very big and I really, really would love to get it done and framed and up and like a finish. A finish would be lovely. A finish would be lovely. So that's Strawberry Fields. I worked on that quite a bit last week. That was sort of my big push to do. I know it's Mania. I'm not doing Mania. I'm not even gonna try. We're just not. We're not trying. I already haven't done, I was talking about doing a monogamous Mania, I think, for Anna Force Screw. I haven't even touched it. That is not a part of my whips in any way, shape, or form. So I am hopeful that I get to that. It's already like it's already May 20th. To me, that's so crazy. Like, it just feels like the months are flying by all of a sudden. Like, it's just wild. So I'm hoping, we're working on it, to get some progress in on that. I really wanted to get some progress in on that. I did get some progress in on, and I don't have my thing. I have no idea where it is. It's upstairs in my craft room, probably somewhere, excuse me. And I got some progress on May, which is the month to month by Stitching with the Housewives. So I have a little bit done there. Now this is the one where I decided to try the Anchor floss. So my last video, in one of the hauls, was the Anchor Black. And people have said that it covers a better coverage than DMC 310. I don't know, it's nice, but like I haven't noticed a difference at all. So I don't know, I'm stitching it 2 over 1, it's Aida, it's 14 count Aida, and I'm stitching it 2 flosses over 1 Aida square. It's black whiteboard. It's whiteboard by Fabriclair, called for DMC conversion that they have in their chart. I'll see if I can get the chart and see if I can stick it up here somewhere for you. It's very cute. I don't notice the difference in the Anchor to the DMC 310, but it's nice. Like it's to me very, very similar. All right, what do I have next? Let me see. Oh, I have my Whip Go. So the Whip Go this month was numbers 23 and 25. And the called for was, what was called for me was my ornaments, my Bucilla ornaments that I bought in like 1990, whatever it is. And so here they are. There is, I think, a total of 10 ornaments. I'm only gonna make 8. And so when this gets called, here we go. When this gets called, I try to finish 1. So the last time it was called, I have it on my Whip Go board a few times. The last time it was called, I finished 1.5, and this time I did about the same. So let's see, I'm gonna roll it. It's in my stretcher bar. So I finished this one. I didn't backstitch or anything. I'm not fully finishing them at all until closer to Christmas. Like I'm just not. I do, sorry. I have like this big strand of floss. I'm not very good at that. So I finished this little guy over here, super cute, and then started this one here. So if I can this month, I'll finish this guy. I don't know that I will, because I also have 5 days on the Little House Neighborhood that I really, really want to get working on. So these are really cute. Even like without the backstitching, they're cute. So it'll be interesting to see what they look like when I finish them all up. I'm hoping to get 8 done for Christmas. So I think I'm doing pretty good. I've got almost 4. So I did complete my Whip Go challenge for those, which is nice. And then I'm hoping, actually this weekend, I think I might spend one of my days working on Little House Neighborhood. I think that'll be my plan, because I'd like to do 5 days, and I'd like to get some good days on that, like longer days where I have a little bit more time to stitch instead of just like an hour here or there. And maybe I can get that. I'd like to get that and Strawberry Fields. I'd really like to get those 2 done and finished and kind of get my whips count a little bit lower. I just have so many, and I keep starting things. And so, I mean, I know I can technically not start things, but I keep starting things. So anyway, next that I have here is my Shannon Christine Designs Signs of Christmas. I almost finished it. So this is where every month we get one. So we have June and May, April and May were released. And they release them the first of every month for 9 months. We'll get them released to us. As far as I know, you can still join on her website. I'll link her website below. And here we go. So this is the April block. Can you see it? Do I have to get closer? And this is the May. So I almost finished it. And my plan, honestly, last night was to finish it. I was going to come home from work and I was going to finish, because all I have is here, let me go here. That might be a little bit easier. All I have is this here, like the border, that's the word I'm looking for. And there's a few little pokey things in here, like a couple little spots of red, and then that's it, and it's done. But we ended up going to Costco last night to get stuff for the long weekend because we wanted to get stuff for the barbecue and just kind of stock up on some stuff. And I did not want to do Costco on a Friday night of the long weekend. So we went last night and it actually wasn't bad at all. So that was nice. But yeah, I just never got back to this. And days, apparently I'm not a days person because on days I really can get very little accomplished, stitching wise. Anyway, so next week I'm back on nights, or evenings, I would say. And so hopefully we can get some more stuff done. I feel like my camera's shaky. I'm trying a new tripod and I feel like every time I like touch the table, it kind of shakes. So I'm sorry about that. I'm going to try to be more careful about like moving stuff around because the last time it didn't seem to do that. So sorry about that if I look a little shakier. Okay, next whip. What have I got here? I'm going to take this apart. I'm going to fold it because it is in the Just Cross Stitch magazine, June edition. And I'll flip it over so you can't see the pattern. And it is Peacock Manor, which is a design by Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitchery. She's Canadian. Which is very exciting. I'd love to meet her one day. And this is a SAL hosted by Laura B. Flosstube, and it is called the Peacock Manor SAL. And we started this on May 13th, so last Saturday. I only worked on it that one day. We started May 13th for her graduation. So she is graduated with her master's, and she wanted to start a SAL, which I thought was great. So I joined along with her. And I was missing a couple colors, which I did actually end up picking up last night because I went to Costco and I went to Michael's. I'm doing it in DMC, and I only stitched that one day. And so this is where I'm at here. I feel like I have a dog hair here, probably dogs. It's very cute. It's little, like it's much smaller. Now I'm stitching at 1/1 on 25 count, natural, I believe. It's from Hobby Lobby. I picked it up. But this is it, like this is the whole size. So down here is going to be the alphabet, and that is the border, and there's the little house, and I have one little peacock. Let's see if I get it closer. It's so cute. And then the start of one on the roof here, or in the chimney, is a peacock too. Super cute, very quick. Like it just stitched up really nicely. I've now picked up, I think I was missing 3 colors. I don't know how, because I ordered the colors I thought I needed, and I don't know, either they got lost or they got misplaced into a different pattern somewhere. I have no idea. They're in a different project, but anyway, I was able to go get those. I picked them up last night, and so I'd like to finish this off too because it's small and it would be a quick finish. Super cute. Looks like it's very adorable. This is my first Pansy Patch that I've done, and so I'm excited. She has so many that I would like to do, but I'm trying to get rid of some of mine. I really am. I know. I keep starting new things. And we're going to talk even more about all the new things that I'm planning on starting. So I'm trying to get some of them done, complete. I would like a few complete. And what have I got here? Oh, my last project that I worked on, was of course my favorite, which is Sampler of the Season with Thy Needle and Thread by Brenda Gervais. This is the summer version, or this is the summer one. There are 4. I am doing this as a SAL with Caitlin, A Stitch for Mom. And this is just, I love them. And so this is where I've gotten, but I am planning on making a change, I think. You guys can tell me what you think. So here we go. Let me get here. Sorry, this is a little not looking great here. Here we go. So here's where I got. I finished the house, got up to this cute little tree on this side, stitching this on 40 count Cream and Sugar by Fiber on a Whim. But I am going to change out the colors of the sunflowers. They are, I don't know, now let's see. It is Grecian Gold. So I picked, like I do sometimes, pick some of the fancy floss. And so it is called for, but this pattern from 2013, and dye lots change a lot in that amount of time, because when you look at the picture, those look very yellow. Like they look like sunflowers to me, and I don't know if that's in focus. I'm just finding they don't. Like I want a lighter, so I'm gonna frog those, which makes me really sad because I hate frogging fancy floss because it's expensive. But I do have another floss. Let me see if I'm going to show you the one that I probably should have had that out. So I have Toffee. And I don't know why I have this. I don't have this for another project. It's not called for in this project, but it was with this floss. So I don't know if when I was ordering, I ordered a yellow because I didn't know if I liked the look of the Grecian golds. I'm not sure. I ordered it all so far apart from each other because these patterns are only available in the US and I am in Canada. So to get them here was a process, and then to get the fabric was a process, and to get the floss, like it just took a really long time. Like I started trying to collect all of this in January and I didn't get it all together until last month. So it was quite a process to get everything. But I'm going to switch, so I'm going to frog those flowers and switch it out to this. So it looks like more of a sunflower color. That's my plan. So I'm gonna take those out. I'm gonna leave the other. Everything else is nice. This tree is very cute. I didn't get a ton of time on this, as you know, I've been saying. So the little dog, look at the little dog down there. So cute. I love this. I love this so much. It's just so cute, so cute. So that is my plan for that. So that's going to take me a little bit of like organizing to get that frogged and to restitch. So I am finding that this is like, you know, some stuff stitches up really quick. This is not stitching up. I don't know if it's the fabric or I don't know, because I'm used to stitching on 40 count. So I don't think it's the count. Maybe the fabric is just a tight 40 count. Does that make sense? It just doesn't seem like it's going very quickly. I like it, I'm really enjoying it, but it doesn't seem like, it's like not a quick stitch. Like when I get into some of them and I can just like boot through it, this isn't. This has been taking me quite a while. Even though it doesn't look like I've done much progress on it since the last time we saw it, it's a lot of time has gone into it, if that makes sense. So it doesn't look like a lot, but yeah, it's taken me a long time to get to this point. Plus there is quite a bit of stitching in there, like that little house and stuff, like it's solid stitching. But anyway, hopefully I will have that frogged and restitched, at least the flowers, so you guys can take a look at it next 2 weeks from now, 2 weeks. Hopefully that's the plan. Anyway, I have a very, that is all my whips. I'm sorry, I'm going now. I've left the whips and I'm going into a whole other thing now. That is all the whips. That's everything I stitched in the last 2 weeks, which doesn't seem like very much, but it's what I got done, right? Like every week's gonna be different. They're not all, you know, we're not always gonna get everything done we hoped. I always feel like I have such big plans in, like I film this, I'm like, yes, I'm gonna do, this is everything I'm gonna get done in the next 2 weeks. And then it just, life happens. And then next thing I know, I'm like, oh, I don't have a lot to show for my video. I have a lot of haul, which is unusual for me. So you're gonna see a ton of haul because everything I've ordered all came at the same time. I did my little field trip to Knowledge and Needles, it's everything. So before I get to that, before I get to my haul, I really want to get to my stitchy kindness. People sent me beautiful, beautiful things. I love, you guys are, people are so generous. Like, I can't believe it. It was so, so lovely. I got this sweet, sweet message, and her name is Karen. She sent me this lovely note. I'm not going to read it online, and she sent me this beautiful project bag. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's a really nice size. It has this really, really cute time to stitch. Now I will link her Instagram below. She doesn't have an Etsy store. She just makes them. Like and it was so sweet. Oh my gosh. So she doesn't have a store or anything that I can link, and like as soon as I saw it, instantaneously, all of my sampler of the seasons went in there. So in here is all of them. They're all in here. So all of my ones that I'm going to work on, I think I'm going to keep them all together. So I have all my sampler of the seasons. And I instantly knew, sorry, I'm jiggling on my table, that that's what was going to go in there. And I love it. I just thank you so much. Thank you. If you're watching, Karen, thank you so, so much. It's absolutely beautiful. I absolutely love it. It was such a surprise. It was completely unexpected, super generous. I am so grateful for everybody, all of the messages, all of the sweet things that have been sent to me. Like, you guys are absolutely amazing. It's so, like, it's just, it like, sort of just surprise, like that people would go out of their way to send something to you is a really special feeling. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's amazing. Every time I get mail, I'm super, super excited. So thank you so much. And then I'm going to show, I only have a printout of this, so I might insert a picture. So on Instagram, under a new creation, she contacted me. She designs beautiful, beautiful, really, really sweet designs. And she offered to send me one to stitch, which was really nice. They're PDFs. They're all PDFs. And I am going to, I will put up a picture of the one that I chose. So I chose the, let's see, it's called Autumn Square. So it's this really cute little house, and it's fall because it's house and fall together, which to me is perfect. She has an entire series of them. She has all of the like spring, summer, winter, fall. And it looks so sweet, and I cannot wait to stitch it. And thank you so, so, so much for sending that to me. It is like, all I have here is like the printout. It's black and white. I tried to print it in color and it didn't work. So I will put it in color so you can see, and I will link down below her Etsy shop. It is called A New Creation Studio, and she is on Etsy. She is on Instagram. So I'm going to link everything below if you want to go and check her out. Really, really sweet, beautiful patterns, and like just colorful and fun, and like loved it. Absolutely loved it. So thank you so, so much for that. And last week I showed all my Paula Vaughn and mentioned that I had donated all of the patterns and leaflets and everything that I had ever collected of Paula Vaughn's. And this wonderful, sweet, sweet, sweet woman named Julia, now I'm going to see, I think she said she was from Calgary. Yes, she's from Calgary. She sent me an email and she's like, I have that book. I would love to send it to you. And I was like, no way. That's so sweet. That's so sweet. And so she did. So she sent me the Paula Vaughn's Quilts for All Seasons. So this is the book that, if you watched my last video, my previous finishes, 2 of those came out of that book. Actually, 1 is right here. Actually, 1 is right there. There's the 2 that I've stitched. They're right on the front page. And this book has 12, I believe. This is the one I want to stitch next. This is the one right here with the pumpkins and the old-fashioned wagon. And then this one, the houses. I think those will be the next 2 that I try to dive into. Look, they're even like framed, like I had mine framed. Oh, I love it. I love it. So let me see if there are pictures like each month. I won't show you every month because I feel like that. So there's November. So there it is. I don't want to bend it. So, and every month has a quilt. It's beautiful. Oh, I loved this book so much. And then when I was so sad. I was so sad that there's September. That was the one that I wanted to stitch originally. And I was sad I never did. I love that quilt. I absolutely love that quilt. And it was so sweet, Julie. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It was like amazing to get that in the mail, and it was like, oh, and now I have to pick more, and now I have more starts, and now it's just a problem. It's a problem. But not only did she send me that, she sent me more Paula Vaughn's, more. So what's this one called? Yesterday's Dream. Look at these. I love it. I love it so much. And on the back of this, it actually has like all kinds of other ones. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's so fun. And heirlooms. Look at this. Look at that quilt. Oh, I love it. I just could stitch them all. I don't know if I will, but I definitely could. I definitely could just stitch Paula Vaughn and be perfectly happy. And here's Blue Ribbon Winner. Look at these. Isn't this amazing? Half of these I've never even seen. Like these weren't even ones that I had in my own collection when I went to say I was going to stop stitching and donate them all. What was I thinking? And there's the porch swing. love it. And there is, what is this called? Aunt Verity's Porch. Look at this. Oh, so cute. There's so many. And the last one is Preserved in Time. So this is beautiful. Look at that girl, it's beautiful. And there are a few in here. So it's the same idea. This is a book. Like the rest of them are leafless, but this is a book of many. Is it glary? Sorry. Let me see if I can get a picture that doesn't have, I don't want to show the pattern. And I don't know if I, oh, look at this one. This one's called June Brides. I was a June bride. Oh, I should make that. Look at that. I'm going to have to do that one too. When am I ever going to get these done? I don't even know. But it's beautiful. Oh, I could just look through this book all day. But I will not make you watch me look through the book. Okay, we're going to put those away. Julie, thank you so much. That was the sweetest thing. I am just, oh, it's just so sweet. I'm so excited with my, with the Paula Vaughn and the A New Creation and her beautiful pattern and my new project. It's just amazing. It's so generous and completely unnecessary, and just, it's been wonderful. I thank you all so much for everybody that sent something. It's very, 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 very kind of you. Thank you. Okay, now, where am I? Where did I go? Okay, let's see, where am I at? I've got 2 pages of notes, so this video is gonna be forever. Okay, let's do haul. So I went, it's gonna be a little loud, sorry. I went to Knowledge and Needles, which is in, let me see, I did get a card. Let me poke through this and see if I can find her business card, and I'm gonna put it up here. I will link her shop below. It is in, I wanna say Princeton, but it's not. Brighton. Princeton is close to me here. Brighton is like along the 401, kind of Napanee, Trenton area-ish. It's about 2.5 hours from where I live. And here, I'm gonna put up her card here. Hopefully that focuses. Her name is Anne McDonald. She does have a website. Sorry, it's a little shaky. I'm gonna link that down below. You can order through that website. And she does have limited hours. So again, to call ahead just in case. I think she says she's open Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday during the summer. They do close down for the winter. They go to Florida. So I went out, we decided to do a little road trip. I was shocked, you guys. Like, I didn't know what to expect. I knew it was in her house, but she had everything. All of the new market releases. She had tons of stuff, like absolutely a crazy amount of stuff. It is 100% worth the drive. If you're anywhere in that general vicinity, I would go. Like, it was awesome. Like, she had, and apparently a lot had left, but like, I don't know what time she started in the morning. We got there about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And she said, oh my goodness, she was surprised at how much had already been sold. Now you can pre-order from her. So like for market releases and stuff, you can pre-order, which I might do for next year. She had all the fancy floss. She had some really interesting fabrics and even some older stuff. Like she had everything. Like I was floored. I was like, oh my goodness, I didn't know this existed. So if you're ever looking for anything, send her an email. I'm sure she was incredibly easy to chat with, respond by email. She was great. So yes, so Knowledge and Needles in Brighton, Ontario. Go shop away, go. It's like, it's crazy. So many people have been messaging me like, did you know about this place? And have you heard about this place? And I was like, I didn't. I truly had not heard. So it was really neat to be like, wow, all of these places that are relatively local to me, not all of them are local, but like 2.5 hours is like a day trip for sure. But it was super fun. We just took a nice day, went out for lunch. My husband sat in the car while I cross-stitched for like an hour and a half, or like met some nice people there. Everybody was super friendly. Like it was great. Honestly, awesome. 100% recommend. Go. It was awesome. So what did I get? I'm going to show you what I got. I'm very excited about this. I am very, very excited about this. I bought my very, very first, I'm going to take it out of the package. Sorry. My very, very first reproduction sampler. I have never done one before. I've thought about it, but they seem daunting a little bit to me. And she had this. Now this is stitched. Her name is Leanne. What's it? 1897 Schoolhouse Samplers. So those of you that were at Stitch North, there we go. I am on the Stitch North Facebook page, even though I haven't had a chance to go. So Leanne, like the day or two before Stitch North, like she is one of the vendors. Sorry, Leanne is one of the vendors, was one of the vendors for Stitch North this year. I don't know both weekends, but definitely the first weekend. She had posted something saying, hey, like, and showed like a picture of, let's say like, I don't know, 10 or 13 samplers that she was bringing with her. I'm sure she brought other stuff. I wasn't there, so I didn't get to see. And basically said, if you're interested in any, please let me know and I'll make sure that I have that with me there. So I skimmed through them and they had this, which is Sarah Smith. What is it called? Whoa. Go Tell It to the Bees. Look at this. Now my daughter-in-law's name is Sarah Smith. And I was like, oh no, I have to stitch this. I absolutely have to stitch this. So I'll come back here. And so I messaged her. So I messaged Leanne and I'll close up on her I'm going to say it wrong, 1897 Schoolhouse Samplers. And I messaged her and I said, I'm not going to be there. Do you have an Etsy store? Do you have like, a website? Can I order through you? And she said, no, she doesn't. You have to order through your LNS. And so she sent me to Anne McDonald, who is Knowledge of Needles. Knowledge and Needles. I don't know why I have such a hard time saying that. And so I messaged, Anne was very gracious and she emailed me and she said, yes, I have these patterns. I chose this, which is Sarah Smith. Sarah's birthday is September the 5th and I'm hoping to start that on September the 5th. I haven't gathered anything to go with it yet, but I saw that and I was like, oh my gosh. And I've never ever done a reproduction ever. So I'm pretty excited to do this one. And then I grabbed, excuse me while I sort of put everything back together. Let me put this over here. Now I feel like I've got stuff everywhere. And then I grabbed this. Uh-oh, now I'm not gonna be able to get it out. And this is Granny's Garden. Look at it. Granny's Garden in the apple orchard. And we live super close to a giant orchard and we go every single year, usually multiple times a year because the apples are super yummy. And I just like, look, it's like a little quilt. Look at the little quilt stars. I just thought that was so cute. And so I had to order that because it was Granny's Garden and I'm Granny. So, so I had to look, it matches my shirt. Anyway, so I had to order this. Leanne was super fantastic to chat with. Turns out she lives incredibly close to me, like very, very close to where she lives and where I live. We basically almost live in the same town. That was very exciting. She has many, many, many beautiful patterns. And now that I've sort of discovered her, I did even like 123 Stitch carries them. A lot of the LNSs carry her patterns. But I never heard of her. So until she posted that on the Stitch North Facebook page, I hadn't heard of her. And then I saw that and it was just fate. I had to. And when I went to Knowledge Needles, so I picked those up and then I picked up other stuff because she had quite a few more of Leanne's reproductions. So go check her out. Go to Knowledge Needles. It was fun. And in each one, it had like, in Sarah Smith, it had her whole like sort of background and it talks about going to like Grandpa and Grandpa Smith's farm, and my kids had Grandpa and Grandpa Smith's farm. It's just so cute. I'm super excited to start it. I'm going to start it September the 5th. That is my plan. And I think this is what I'm going to stitch it on. So I did get some fabric. I picked up let's see. It's a half a yard and it's called Grace by Fortnite Fabrics, who I'd never heard of. Apparently they have a YouTube channel. They have a Flosstube as well, but I'm learning so many new things. So this is it. Let me see if I can get it better. It's just a nice neutral. Like it's a beautiful, some modeling. It's a great big piece. I'm hoping to fit a couple of samplers on it. Like it's just a great big old piece. Very nice. It seems super soft. It's 36 count, which normally I'm more of a 40 count girl, but I really liked it. I'm not gonna be able to fold it back up as nice now that I've taken it all apart. So yeah, so Fortnite Fabrics, and it is in the colorway Grace, which is my daughter's middle name. It's my mom's name is Grace. So I thought that was sweet. It's very pretty. It's nice, like it feels nice. That's the thing about like buying fabric in person. I like to touch it. Like, I don't love buying fabric online. I want to touch it and see what it feels like. This is lovely, like really, really, really nice. And I don't really have much of a fabric stash. I've talked about that before. I don't really collect fabric because I like to know I'm going to have somewhere for it to be used. Whereas this, I just picked it up. I picked up a big piece because I thought it's such a nice neutral. I think I'm going to stitch Sarah Smith on it. And then I'm sure I will find something else to stitch on the other half. I don't feel like that's going to be a problem because it's not a really like a neutral. And then I picked up this. So this is Mind Blown. And I don't know, it just has this. So it just has like her tag. I don't know where it came. Like, I don't know if it's also Fortnite fabrics. I'm not sure. But I picked this up. It's 32 count. And I picked this up specifically to stitch Immortal on it. That is my plan. Immortal by Lucy Beam. I wanted to find something that was very model-y and kind of not Halloween-y, but like just something a little different. I'll check to see what it called for, but I feel like this was it was close to what the picture looked like to me. Let's say that. I really liked it. It's lovely. Like their fabric is really nice. I kind of wish I had bought more, but honestly, I had been doing a lot of shopping. You will see, I've been doing a lot of shopping. And I only picked up one pattern. I only picked up one. I held myself back, but I picked up this one. I've been looking at this for forever. And I was like, no, I must. I'm gonna have to do that now. So I would rather be stitching, and this is by Primrose Cottage. I love Primrose, I love it. I just think it's so sweet. I don't think I will get to this until next year, probably. I don't wanna, it's small, and so I feel like I could but I just have too many things on the go. And I think I'll wait and do it sort of a next spring stitching, but I thought it was super cute. So that was the only pattern I picked up in all of that. And I did pick up some threads. So I picked up a couple of assorted threads. Most of these are for cross stitch camp pieces, which I'm gonna get into later. So I picked up a few. She had, her threads were like 5 for 15, 5 for 12. I don't know, it was a good price considering what I normally pay. So this is what I picked up. These are all for different projects. Actually, the Mountain Mist is for the sampler of the season Sal that I couldn't find. I couldn't find it anywhere. And she had it sitting there, so that was fantastic. So some sorted. She had all the fancy floss you could ever dream of. She had silk too, but I didn't. She had Gloriana, and I was super tempted to try to get a skein and just try something, but I had nothing in mind. And then I was like, you know me, I'm not great with making decisions on the fly. Okay, so, and I do have one more package that came in from 123 Stitch. So we all know my kerfuffle with 123 Stitch and how long it took me to get my package. So this time around, I sent it to the States. It took less than a week and it was there, boom. Like 6 weeks, 8 weeks for me to get my other package. And I said to my husband, I'm like, I'm just gonna ship it right to our P.O. box in the States. I'm not gonna risk, because there's a couple things in here I do want for cross stitch camp. And I said, I'm just not gonna risk it not getting here in time. And so it was literally a week and it was there. So I just ran down and grabbed my package. So here's what I got from 123 Stitch. So I got June, because I'm working on these, super cute. I have still, the only two I have to get are July and August. And so I'll wait till July comes out probably. It wasn't available when I tried, and I'll get them in August at the same time. But I thought this was cute. It's adorable. One day I'll get these all finished. Won't be anytime soon, but one day. And I got this. I'm really hoping someone's gonna host a sale for this year. So this is Autumn Rules, and everybody has been stitching Hive Rules, and last Christmas people were stitching Christmas Rules, or I think it was called Christmas Rules. And I'm a fall girl. It is just what it is. Hive Rules is really cute, and Christmas was really cute too, but I love the fall. So I'm sort of hoping there's gonna be a stitch along for this summer. I'm not gonna host it, but I'm hoping somewhere. It is Primrose Cottage. Here's the name at the bottom. I am really hopeful that somebody is going to decide that this would be a good plan for sometime in the fall, because I love it. And it's stitched on Vintage Country Mocha, in which I have a ton. I have a ton right now of Vintage Country Mocha, so it'd be nice to get that done. So if anybody knows of a sal where Autumn Rules is being stitched, please let me know. Anyway, so I've been itching to get this, just itching to get this. So I finally did. I finally caved and ordered that. And my piece de resistance, I know, autumn again. It's autumn again. So this is Winds of Autumn by Blackbird Designs. And I have been coveting this book since I very first saw it. And specifically for Mighty Acorns. This is the one. This is the one I'm going to stitch. I am going to, I think I'm going to stitch this for my birthday start. So my birthday is September the 18th. Let me see if I can find a bigger picture of it in here. And I think this is going to be my, where'd it go? I think this is going to be my birthday start this year. I know I'm already starting Sarah Smith in September, and I think both of these pieces will be an just ongoing project. Like, I have no end date in mind for them. Oh my gosh, look at that one. I haven't even really looked at it. I just got it. I was so busy this week. Look at that. Oh, I'm gonna have to stitch that too. Like, I really bought the book just for Mighty Acorns, but I'm definitely stitching that. Oh dear. See, this is the problem, guys. There's beautiful patterns in here. Like, okay, let me see if I can find a big picture of our, oh, that's lovely. Oh dear, my goodness gracious. I should have put a little thing in it, so we need a little bookmark. This is a beautiful book. Oh my goodness. I've never had a Blackbird book ever. Actually, I think the only Blackbirds I have is Strawberry Fields. I don't think I've ever stitched anything else Blackbird. So this is absolutely gorgeous. You could stitch, oh, it shows you how to make everything. You could stitch this whole book, absolutely. And oh, there it is. Mighty Acorn. Loved this pattern when I saw it. I don't even know when I saw it, to be honest. It's been a while. Can you see this? I'm sorry. I know I'm kind of losing my light, so sorry about that. It's beautiful. I just love it. So it is going to be my birthday start. Now, my birthday start last year was Fall on the Farm, and I still am only halfway done. So I at some point really need to start completing my starts. So maybe I'll get some work on Fall on the Farm. You never know, but that is what my birthday start is going to be. For September. I was super excited. I don't know what I'm going to stitch it on yet, honestly. I really just got the package and barely had a chance to look at it. So we'll see. We'll see what'll happen. I will keep you updated in my plans. I did also order some floss, and I think what I did was I placed an order at 123 Stitch. No, I went to Knowledge and Needles and I picked up floss that I needed for this joyous season. And I think I didn't take it out of my cart at 123 Stitch. And I got more. So I think I might have some doubles. I think I have some extra, which for me is really weird because I really don't use fancy floss at all. Now, some are different because some of them were classic Colorworks, and these are all weeks. So anyway, I got those. I think these are all, oopsie. I think these are all for this joyous season, which is going to be our sal starting July 25th. I didn't bring it down with me to show you. It is Plum Street Samplers, of course, because stitch all the Plum Street. And we're going to be starting that on the 25th of July for Jolly July. And it is going to be an ongoing sal as well. I am stitching that with Cara Lee from Stitching is Elementary. She's going to co-host that sal with me. I will link her Flosstube and her Instagram down below so you can catch up with her as well. So yeah, so that's the plan. I think that's where that floss came from. I'm going to put it over here because I feel like it's going to get lost in the shuffle. And I did pick up a couple of pieces of fabric. So this is, sorry, and I did not do anything with it. Like, it's very wrinkly. So this is Oaken, but Picture This Plus is 40 count. And this is going to be the cottage garden samplings. This is the called for the woodpecker. Now, I have no plans to start that, honestly, right now. But I did pick up the fabric because it was pretty inexpensive. I think it was only like $6 for this piece. It's a small piece because they're not very big patterns. So I do have that, that I'll kit that up, and I probably won't get to that till next fall. If I'm being realistic, I don't think I'm going to get to that before that. And then I picked up this, and it looked really different when I bought it. And it's green, like it's green. And this is, what is it called? It is Heritage by, it's, picture this plus as well. It's 40 count. And in the picture, it looks like a very modelly brown, like lighter than this, but the same kind of modeling, which I quite like. And now I have this giant piece of green fabric, and I have no idea what I'm gonna, like none. This is what I don't like about buying fabric online. It's nice, like it's not, but like, I don't know what I'm gonna stitch on it. So I am thinking of stitching the sampler of the season winter on this. So let me grab that. Sorry, excuse me. And I will get your opinion. Where's winter? Summer, spring, winter. Okay. So this is winter. Winter is called for iced cappuccino, but it's got a lot. So it has a lot of white, which I think might show up nice on here. Can I do it like this? But it also has a lot of green, and I'm not sure. I don't know. What do you think? I don't know what else to stitch on this. Like, I don't know, because it's green. Like, I don't know. But it's a big, like it's 17 by 25. It's a good size piece. And I bought it thinking it was more of a neutral, because in the picture it looks like more of a neutral. And then I opened my package and I was like, and I actually went back and like looked at my bill and I was like, I don't think this is what I meant to buy. And it was, but it just doesn't look like this color. So it's nice, but it's really like, I'm a neutral person. Like I do the neutrals. So I just don't know what to do with this. So anyway, if anybody has any ideas, or if anybody thinks that the winter is gonna look good on that, because now I don't have any floss for this. So like I can't do the floss drop, like I can't see what it's gonna look like, but I thought maybe, anyway, that's what happened. I ended up with this very large piece of like, oh, I didn't fold it very well either. I ended up with this very large piece of green fabric that I'm unsure of what to stitch on. So this happens. And the last thing that I got, my last haul, I've got stuff everywhere on this table, is this. So this is for October 31st or October 31. And it's called Ancient. It's also by Picture This Plus. It's got a big string. I'm trying to see if you're gonna get it. It doesn't, it's showing up real orange. It's not showing up well on this camera at all in real life. Let's see. Oh, that's probably more accurate there. It's nice and modelly. And it is the called for this, which is Cottage Garden Samplings, October 31st, which is funny because when you look, like, it's just so funny. When you look at this, it doesn't really look like the call, like it looks much, much lighter. And then when you see it, it's like different. I don't know if we're seeing this really well. The color is not. Anyway, so there we go. I picked that up. So I have both of my, Cottage Garden Samplings that I picked up at Wooltime. I really wanted to start this, and this is actually going to be my first start for Cross Stitch Camp. So Cross Stitch Camp, if you are new and you haven't heard of Cross Stitch Camp, it is run by Sherry, the Colorado cross stitcher. She's done it now at least for a couple of years. I've done it for at least, this will be my third year participating. It's a challenge run by Sherry. She's on Instagram as well as on Flosstube. She has a store. She has an actual LNS that is hers. I will link her down below, all of her information. And my hair looks a little bit funky. Sorry, I was at work and I have to wear a scrub cap at work and I just feel like my hair is a little bit funky. Anyway, so she does a few different things, but for Cross Stitch Camp, which is what I started following her by originally. I found her that way. It is a challenge that covers June, July, and August, and each month is a different challenge. So you start at the beginning of the month, June 1st, and you end June 30th, 31st? June, yeah, 30. And you complete a piece. that falls within the challenge. She did also do I didn't bring it. I didn't bring it downstairs. She did also do a winter camp in February, and I completed, if I think to take a picture, maybe I'll bring it the next time and I'll show it to you. It was winter welcome, maybe. It was primrose. It was a small primrose, and I finished that. And she does sometimes do a sampler September, although in her YouTube, she said she wasn't sure that she was going to do that this year. But cross stitch camp happens. It's so much fun. You follow the hashtag, which I believe is cross stitch camp. Is it 2023? I will check it. Sherry will have it on her Instagram as well, but I will check to see if I can get the hashtag for this year specifically. And so what you do is on the first of the month, you post your project not started, your floss, whatever you want to, your fabric, whatever you want to post. And then you tag the hashtag cross stitch camp 2023. And Sherry will like your picture, and then at the end, by the end of the month, by the last day of the month, you post your finished piece. And you can follow the hashtag, and it's really fun. You see all these things that people are doing that fall within the parameters of the challenge. And she does all these door prizes and draws, and it's super, super fun. There is also a Facebook group. I don't think I'm a part of the Facebook group. I don't spend a ton of time on Facebook, and then I find that I've got too many things going on. But I will link that if I can as well. I'm pretty sure there's a Facebook group to go along with it. But anyway, let me go through what my projects are going to be for cross stitch camp this year and what the challenges are. So for June, I'm on my wrong page. Excuse me. I want to make sure I get it right. So for June, the first challenge, which when I watched her floss tube, I was like, oh my goodness, Sherry, thank you so much. Her first challenge was to stitch something with a bird. And I have been itching to stitch this. Like, as soon as I saw it, I was super, super excited to stitch it. So stitch something with a bird. Here we go. And so I'm going to stitch this. I got the called for fabric, and I got most of the called for floss. There was only 2 fancy flosses, and one is Tin Bucket, which I can't find. So I'm going to actually email Anne and ask her if she has any Tin Bucket. So these are, I know, I'm sorry, I don't do floss drops. I just throw everything's in a baggie. So I did find Raven. That's in one of my stashes of somewhere. And I'm gonna stitch it exactly as called for. 40 count, ancient by Picture This Plus. All the called for colors. I'm not changing anything. And I'm very, very excited. It isn't gigantic, so I'm hoping I can finish it in a month. That is my plan. It's super hard because there's always so many other things. Like, I like to keep on top of my whip go if I can. And there's just other things you want to stitch, right? Like, I'm really liking to keep on top of the sampler of the seasons. So this is my plan for cross stitch camp for June. For the month of June, this is what I will stitch. For the month of July, the challenge is stitch something that grows. That was she said anything, animals, plants, doesn't matter, anything that grows. So I've decided I try to keep my cross stitch camp pieces small. So in previous years, I have done really large ones, and then I can't stitch anything else. I'm literally only stitching that for the whole month and trying to get it done. So I'm trying to be a little bit more realistic this year. I think last year I only actually participated in 1 month. So this year I'm trying to be a little bit more realistic. And so for my month of July, I chose, you're gonna laugh, Welcome Autumn, surprise. But it has both sunflowers, which grow, and pumpkins, which grow. And acorns, which grow. So technically it covers all of my bases. It's Primrose Cottage because, of course, it's stinking adorable. I don't have anything for it that I don't know. It's stitched on 16 count lamb's wool, so I will probably stitch it on, I don't know. I have no idea what I'm going to stitch on. Something just neutral, and it's all DMC, so that won't be much to get. Put it back here. And so that is going to be my July project. It's not huge, so it shouldn't be a really challenging stitch to get it finished in a month. So that's for the month of July. And then for the month of August, it is stitch something new, a new designer, a new fabric, a new floss, a new anything. So I have decided to stitch Lucy Beam Immortal. I've been itching to stitch this too. So I was super, super excited. Again, not a giant stitch. It is called for Crypt Cloth 40 count, which I didn't get. I am going to stitch it on this stuff from here. Here we go. I've already lost. It is on. Mind blown. So I'm going to stitch it on this. I did pick a couple of it only calls for 3 gentle arts. So that was easy. It's cornflower, which I have, baby spinach, and it calls for lavender. This one is lavender potpourri, and in person it's super purple. And so I chose old red paint. I'm gonna stitch it in here. Here, let me go. Let me see if I can hold it all up together. Maybe not. So I chose that. It's kind of a faded red, but the lavender potpourri is purple. It doesn't look purple. This to me looks red. But it is, in person it's purple. And purple is not my color in any way. So I thought I liked this. I loved this piece. I just thought this was so cute. Like, aren't we all buying cross stitch like we're immortal? Like, this is the truth. And so I don't have the other, actually I do, I have baby spinach with me. But I don't have, I know I have cornflower. So, and it's just those 3 colors, that's it. Super simple, not a very huge pattern. So that is my plan for cross stitch camp. I'm so excited. It is like my favorite time of year. I love the challenges. I think that's why I'm so drawn to Sal's, because like, it's like the challenge of like, you can do it. We'll all stitch it together. And there's something about that. There's something about that, like, I don't know, camaraderie of stitching that I really like to be a part of. So I love cross stitch camp. It's super fun. And I've enjoyed it all the years that I've participated. And so yeah, that is my plans for cross stitch camp. Now, my ongoing plans for this particular month, I have 5 days to do on Little House Neighborhood. So planning on finishing that. I'm planning on doing that this weekend, or most of this weekend, I think. I do actually have 4 days off because it's a long weekend for us and I don't work Tuesdays. So normally, so yay. I have a 4-day weekend, which I'm very, very excited about. So that is, my plans. So 5 days on Little House Neighborhood. I am hoping, I'd like to finish the Busilla ornament if I can. The second one that I started, they're not really heavy stitching, but it is 3 strands on 14 count Aida, and it's tight. I like the look of it. It gives it a much more like poofy look, which I think for an ornament is fantastic. It's a bit of a pain to stitch, and it's not as fast as doing 2 strands with 14 count Aida, so I'm finding it a little bit like it's not going very quickly. But I would like to finish that if I can this week, or in these next 2 weeks. I won't make any promises, but I'm going to try. I want to rip out the flowers on Sampler of the Season and restitch those. Hopefully I can get that done. That isn't a ton of work. It's just a pain in the butt to frog things. I absolutely hate it. I will try everything in my power to redesign before I try to rip stuff out. I'm hoping to work on Strawberry Fields. I'd love to say I'm going to finish Strawberry Fields. I thought I would be able to finish Strawberry Fields for this video. I was doing so well and I just booting through it. I was doing super well, and then this week I almost stitched on it all. So, you know, it's just one of those things, right? Like you don't know what the weeks are going to hold. So I would like to say by the next video, I'll have that finished. We'll see. And then I'd like to finish Peacock Manor. Now I think I could actually finish Peacock Manor. It's pretty small. It's a very easy stitch. It's 1 over 1 on 25, which I find really simple to do. The fabric is lovely, really, really, really easy to work with. Really inexpensive fabric that I picked up just at Hobby Lobby. So yeah, so I'm hoping to get that finished too by the time in 2 weeks. You'll see a video again in 2 weeks, hopefully. And then the last thing that I would like to talk to you about, this video is getting a little long, is Sampler September. So I know many of you have seen that Evertotes. So Carolyn from Evertote, they are the host of Stitch North. They are hosting a Sampler September. Stitch Along starts September 1st. And I'm going to put a picture of, they are actually doing a cross stitch and a knit along. I do not knit in any way. So I'm only going to do the cross stitch part. It is a pattern designed by Ellen Reed of Maximum Cross Stitch. She has a YouTube as well. I'll link her below, and her Instagram, of course. And it's called September's Revenge. So I'm going to post a picture here of September's Revenge. It's absolutely beautiful. It is stitched on Roxy Floss Co. fabric and floss. You can buy the entire kit. I'll link Evertote down below as well, their Flosstube and their website. You can buy the entire kit, floss and everything. They have project bags that go with it. They have everything. Or if you want, you can just purchase the PDF of the pattern if you just want to do that. And I would just like to say, Ellen Reed is amazing. I didn't realize that she was the Ellen Reed of the Crash Test Dummies. So I was watching, and I love the Crash Test Dummies. They are absolutely hands down one of my favorite bands ever. I've been listening to them since like the 90s, like that's when they came out. And I think all through college, that's literally all I listened to was the Crash Test Dummies and the Cranberries. Those are my, I think I probably have their first two albums absolutely memorized. And I was watching Laura and Brenda, right? Everybody watches Laura and Brenda. And I'm sitting there and I'm stitching in my craft room and they pop up and I was like, she's got a Crash Test Dummies t-shirt on. I'm like, that's so cool. Thinking only Canadian people know who Crash Test Dummies are, right? Like, I didn't even occur to me. And then in my head is actually thinking, I wonder if it's from something else. Like maybe it's just something like, and then she starts talking about, I went to a concert and I was like, oh my gosh, that I've never seen them ever, which makes me sad. And I was like, you saw the Crash. I'm listening to this, getting so excited. I stopped stitching and I had to listen. And she was all excited that she had gone to this concert. And she had this, it was Laura that was wearing the t-shirt. And then she's like, my friend Ellen is in the band. And when I tell you, I gasped out loud because as soon as she said that, I knew exactly who she was talking about. And I had followed Ellen Reed, Maximum Cross Stitch Power Hour. I have been watching her. I have her on Instagram. And somehow I never caught on to the fact that she was Ellen Reed from the Crash Test Dummy. I died. I actually paused the video. I went back to Ellen's video and I was like, oh, it's her. Oh my God. And you would have laughed. I actually stopped, got up, busted into my husband's office, like literally opened his office, like my craft room is here and then we have a bathroom and then his office. And I was like, you will not believe what I just found out. I was so excited. And he's looking at me like, are you okay? Like, and then I told him the whole story. I'm like, you will not believe who cross stitches. And I was beyond, like, I was just like, oh my goodness, you guys. He was not as excited to me. Like, he was just like, okay, honey, that's nice. I'm happy for you. I just, like, my little Canadian 90s girl heart died. Anyway, long story short, I was super excited to stitch something. I have a big list of Ellen stuff that I would like to stitch because her stitching is excellent, but also because she's Ellen Reed of the Crash Test Dummies. And I'm so excited. I was really sad that I didn't go to Stitch North and get to meet her because that would have been like literally, I feel like people fangirl over Ellen Reed because of her stitching, and I would fangirl over her because of her singing. And her stitching is like fantastic. But like, I hear people talk, like other people went to the concert and they're talking about it. And I'm like, I don't think you guys understand how exciting that concert was. And they're all like, it was great. She sings really well. I'm like, no, you don't understand like how excited you should be there to be listening to the Crash Test Dummies sing in person. I have never, ever had a chance. They actually came to Ottawa Blues Fest, I think last year, and I couldn't get tickets. I think it was work because I remember being so excited that they were coming and I've never got to see them. So sad for me. One day I will see. They are touring, but they seem to be in the States right now. Anyway, long story short, I got really excited about that. So I am going to be joining Evertote in their sampler September and stitching Ellen's September's Revenge. I love that it's called September's Revenge. I just think that's funny. And September's my birthday. So now I have like 3 new starts just in September, which is a little concerning. I really need to I really need no more new starts after September, like none, which I know isn't going to happen, but I really need to work on that. So that is upcoming start September 1st. I'll try to link everything below. I don't know if I'm going to order the whole kit. I'm not sure. I will most likely just order the PDF and pick my own colors. I would really like to try the Roxy Floss Co. floss though. I really would. So maybe, I haven't priced it all out to see how much it would cost to do the whole thing. But anyway, I'm looking into it. I haven't decided yet. I know they're taking pre-orders now, so it's something you kind of have to decide on soon because you want all of it before. It takes a bit, right? Because there's like, the whole kit comes with a project bag and then a little bag and then like a little Notions bag and then the floss and then, so they need pre-orders because they need to know how many to make, right? So, I don't know what their timeline is to get everything out to everybody, but it doesn't start till September 1st. So super, super excited about starting that and hoping one day I'll get to meet Ellen Reed of the Crash Test Dummies. That's my plan. I'm watching everybody's like, you know, everybody had just come back from Stitch North and all these pictures are like, I'm so excited. So Stitch North hasn't released its registration for those of us that didn't go last year. So I'm waiting on that. I am waiting to see if I can get into one of the weekends next year. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that I will be there the same weekend that Ellen Reed is there and I can fangirl all over her and be, you know, embarrassing because that's what I would do. I think that's everything. I think I've talked a lot. Like, I think I've talked more than necessary now. I don't think I have anything else to share. You will hopefully see this bright and early on Saturday morning. It is supposed to rain all day tomorrow, so that'll be fun. I was hoping to get into my garden because I haven't yet at all done anything. I'm not much of a gardener anyway, but it's really looking a little ratty. It needs to be, you know, spruced a bit. I don't have any hanging baskets yet. I got nothing. So I was hoping to do that, but I don't know if that'll happen. Anyway, thank you all very much if you've stuck around for this long of a video and all of my stuff that's now spread it over all of my table. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming and thank you for watching and thank you for participating and thank you for liking and subscribing and sharing. I've had so many people like sort of like do little shout outs. It's so sweet. Yeah, this is fun. I think that's all I have to tell you. I think I'm done now. Everybody have a wonderful, I will see you again in 2 weeks. Have a fantastic couple weeks. I hope wherever you are, it is lovely and sunny and you're in your garden and you're stitching away and enjoying the beautiful summer weather. Around here, it doesn't last very long, so we really have to soak it up as long as we can, as quickly as we can. Anyway, everybody have a fantastic couple weeks and I will see you in the next video. Bye.